Let's get ready for an NFC North rumble. Green Bay Packers at home. Let's hope fully healthy. Sitting on a 6-2 record for the year.
For the second straight week, the Green Bay Packers game-winning field goal.
In roar the Detroit Lions. Division leaders come in off a bye week. Wait, nope. Looks like they did play.
Open! Touchdown!
Lions not just first in the NFC North still, but apparently number one in the MFNFC, according to their fans. I mean, I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. I did find they are number one in points per game now, in the NFL at least.
Dominant 52-14 win for the Detroit Lions.
Packers, though, put up 30 points last week, didn't have their starting QB all game, top 10 in points per game for the year.
Packers win it 30-27.
Lions offense comes in off a weird one. It was like they were stuck in a college OT loop. Jared Goff didn't throw for 100 yards in a game they put up 52 points in? Okay, fine.
Never apologize for being given a short field all afternoon.
5 for 5 in the red zone. Goff 3 touchdowns on 12 of 15 passing. A rating near 130. 5 straight games over 110. 4 straight over 129. He's on fire. Second highest rate in the game.
Walk it in for the touchdown!
Goff could get Green Bay's secondary sans Jair. Alexander left hurt last week. Goff gets Green Bay's secondary off a subpar outing. They gave up over 300 yards to Trevor Lawrence, over 9.5 per attempt, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a rating allowed over 100.
Evan Ingram high points the ball over all the corners to get the touchdown for the Jags.
Packers' pass defense has been tough on quarterbacks for the season, though, and they picked off Trevor once, have 10 interceptions in 2024, the second most. Maybe Goff avoids wherever Xavier McKinney is. He came up with his 6th INT last week. He leads the league.
Trevor Lawrence thinks he has his dead to rights, and he just sits there. Bam, that's as easy as it gets.
Green Bay would love to heat Goff up. Only sealed the deal once versus Lawrence, though. Their pressure rate in 2024 below average. Oddly enough, Goff took 4 sacks last week on just 15 pass attempts. Maybe he felt bad.
He's in trouble. He's going to go down.
Packers are dealing with elite pass catchers of all 3 kinds. Amon-Ra St. Brown scored versus Tennessee.
The loneliest man in Detroit at the back of the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
So did Khalif Raymond, and so did tight end Sam Laporta. He led the team with 48 yards.
Laporta dodging tacklers, and Laporta all the way out to the 49. A first down and a pickup of 24.
Lions backs weren't needed much in their passing game. Both are threats, though. On the ground, David Montgomery last week scored for the 7th time this season.
Montgomery breaks a tackle, churning for the end zone, and a Lions touchdown.
He also threw a TD pass since he wasn't needed for much else. Jahmyr Gibbs was the big earner in Detroit's offense. 127 yards, broke a 70-yarder.
Down the sideline, Jahmyr Gibbs, one man to beat. He'll beat him. Touchdown.
Packers have not been especially strong versus running backs. 4.3 allowed to Tank Bigsby last week, 4.6 per run allowed to the position for the year.
On the toss, it's Bigsby. Tank Bigsby, first down and more.
Packers defense in the 21 points per game allowed club, solid. Their offense top 10, went for 30 last week, even though they lost that loving feeling, Jordan leaving the game with a groin injury.
And that is not good news for the Packers.
Malik Willis, the backup, 4 for 5 last week, 56 yards, over 11 yards per attempt, a rating over 150. TD, no picks, couldn't have showed out better.
Touchdown, Tucker Kraft.
Not his first rodeo either if he does need to go. 2 starts, Green Bay's 2-0 in those 2 games. Lions secondary just ate a backup for lunch, though. 2 interceptions of Mason Rudolph, a sub-70 rate, nothing new. 2024 holding quarterbacks to the 2nd lowest rate in the NFL, under 7 yards per attempt.
Onwuzurike with the pressure, and Nowaski continuing his strong play with a Lions interception.
X factor, Detroit's pass rush. Just 1 sack of Rudolph, 38 tries too. Green Bay's pass pro, only 1 sack taken last week for 0 yards, so who cares? Packers pass catchers versus the Jaguars. Christian Watson, 39 yards. Jaden Reed, 55.
Uh-oh, he's got him.
Willis to a wide open Jaden Reed.
Romeo Doubs, 72. That's 70-plus back-to-back weeks.
What a catch. What a catch. Romeo Doubs.
So Doubs, Watson, Reed versus cornerbacks Carlton Davis, Terrion Arnold, Amik Robertson, Brian Branch, and Kirby Joseph behind them. They're holding wide receivers to a sub-80 rate for the season, 5th lowest.
Joseph with the pick. Still on his feet inside the 15 and down near the 12.
Now, for the record, 143 yards allowed to Calvin Ridley last week. Arnold gave up 95 yards plus a touchdown, so not an Ice Cube day for him. How about at tight end? Packers' Tucker Kraft scored versus the Jaguars, has a TD in 4 of their last 5 games. He led the team with 78 yards.
Wide open and breaking free is the tight end Kraft. 66 yards.
Cheese ground game. Josh Jacobs comes in off his best Packer game yet. 2 touchdowns, over 125 yards rushing, 5.1 a carry, over 5 a run back-to-back games.
Josh Jacobs, touchdown. His second today, takes it in from 38 yards out.
Hey, the Lions gave up 4.7 a run and 90 yards to Tony Pollard last week. Pretty sure they were really bothered by it afterwards. Bottom line, they sport a top 10 defense in points per game allowed, and that is what has one pride on tilt right now.
Let's look at that smile on his furry face.
This has a very different feel than we're used to. Way more intense, way more fun. Feels like the rivalry it should have always been. Fill in the gaps that I left out and some predictions. This is a good one. Panel of 10 should be good, but don't be shocked if it's especially blue since Love's status may be up in the air.